Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you will receive alerts when there are new episodes. Go get it.
That's what I tell them. I've been grinding for so long, I wake up and chase my goals. I go out and I go get it. How to code, that's all I know. I don't succeed, then I don't breathe. Success, what does it mean? If I conquer all my goals, then I'm living out my dream. Dig deep, go out and get it. Success Chronicles. Compete until it's finished. Success Chronicles. Go take care of your business. Success Chronicles. It's deeper than just winning. Success Chronicles.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Chip Baker coming to you with another episode of the Success Chronicles. And today we have Coach Louis Caralla with us. He's a head strength and conditioning coach at Georgia Tech and a great man, truly inspirational, does an amazing job. And I'm so thankful to have him on this episode of the Success Chronicles. So first, Coach, thanks so much for taking the time to interview.
Thank you. You're doing a great thing, and I'm just happy to be a part of it. So thank you for reaching out.
Yes, sir. Well, let's dive into it. I know off air, we talked a little bit about your journey and your story, but if you don't mind sharing with the audience, your journey and kind of track it to now.
Yeah. So I grew up in Tampa, Florida. I was born in New York, but I grew up in Tampa area. So played football my whole life and, grew to love the game of football. I've always been very big fan of great players, and, Barry Sanders was he's still my role model for football. And every time I went out there and touched the ball, I tried to be him. So that was a big love for me my whole life. And, just growing through the game, I think I learned a lot. I think I tried to be a football player off the field early on in my life, which didn't get me very far. And I got in a lot of trouble, which I'm still not proud of. But I have a lot of lessons to give to kids now, though, as well, with the mistakes that I did make and the things that I learned from it. And I got to college. I played D2 football at West Virginia Wesleyan, and then transferred later to Defiance College in Ohio, which was a Division III school.
Mm-hmm.
But the tons of lessons that I've learned through that journey of just playing college football gave me the platform to coach kids on this level too, because I really felt confident after going through what I went through adversity-wise with injuries and lessons that I've had to learn the hard way. Working hard, not getting what I wanted, working hard, not getting what I wanted, kind of set me up for this career that I'm in right now, because nothing's guaranteed with this career that I'm in of strength and conditioning. And sometimes you work as hard as you can and you still don't get the result you want, and you get fired. You had no control over it, and you try to do everything you could in a positive way, but it just didn't go your way. So a lot of perspective and a lot of purpose was found on this whole journey of mine. And I'm just, I'm a thankful person that's worked for a lot of great people. And in a real quick nutshell, it's probably what I can give you.
Wow, that's good stuff, Coach. So, just what are 3 things you've accomplished in your life that you're proud of?
So I'll go back to college and I'll just say, I was injured. Then I came back and worked as hard as I could and earned a starting position.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got hurt again. And then I worked another year again to work as hard as I could to get back. Then I got benched.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I realized was when I was healthy and I could go, that's the one that hurt the most. And just being in a situation where I could go 2 ways. I felt like if I stayed there any longer, I'd be quitting on myself. And I didn't choose that route. I kept believing in myself. So I transferred. And that really told me a lot, because when you give it time and you work as hard as you can, but the people around you don't believe in you, but you still believe in yourself, you got to keep going. You can't stop. So I didn't stop. And then I found my drive, and then I found my clarity, and then I got everything I wanted, first team all conference, and everything I dreamed of. And all this love I still had for the game was still there, and I found it, and I was so happy I did that. And then with that transfer, I also found my career, which leads me to my next thing. So in my career, I was an intern twice. I was a GA. I was an assistant at 3 different schools. And then I got my first head job opportunity. So when that happened, I was like, wow, I reached that spot I was always going for.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I got fired 11 months later. So it didn't really go the way I thought. And then I got another head job, luckily, and it got fired again. You know, it's just, it was no different than how I felt in college. But again, could have gone 2 ways. Believe in myself when everyone stops, or just give in or quit. And I didn't. And that next year, because I didn't quit, I had the best year I've ever had in my career. And it's honestly going to be hard to match the rest of my career. So it was complete justification of when you don't stop believing in yourself, when you keep your purpose in front of you, regardless of what has happened to you, something's going to come from it that's a blessing. And I truly believe the biggest blessings come wrapped in difficulty. So that's my number 2. And then my biggest one is finding the courage when I was 19 to tell my wife now that I liked her. So I was staring at the phone for 4 hours and didn't know how to say it. And I'm like, man, because I knew in that moment that if I tell this girl I like her, I just felt like something in my life was going to change forever. And I just had this, because she wasn't like anyone else I ever met. So I just kind of knew that my whole life was about to change. And that was what took me so long. But I did it, and we have 3 beautiful children, and we had 3 years of long distance in college, and then moved 9 times across this country with her, just supporting my dreams. So man, there's a lot that goes into this thing, but she's the number 1 thing I've accomplished in my life.
That's awesome, man. That's good stuff. I love that story. And yeah, and what we do, you have to have a great support system, support team. You know, and I think it helps, keeps us centered and grounded too. It helps remind us to keep the main thing.
Yeah.
Well, just hearing your journey, hearing you talk about the things that you're proud of, Coach, I would consider that to be hugely successful. So let's hit on success. What is your definition of success?
I think when people are looking for success, they normally won't find it. But when people wake up with a purpose in their heart every day, success is probably going to find them. And I really believe that's the truth. Like if you have found what you're here for, if you have found that love for what you want to do with your life, I really don't think you're going to have to search too far to be successful. I think success is going to find you quicker than you can find it.
Hey, Coach, you know, just in response to that, I have just one word, and that word is boom. Let's go. It's so true, man. It's so true. I call that being in alignment with your assignment. You know,
Yep.
the big man has given us all tools. We're all a one of one. You know, we just have to figure out what it is that he's given us and then go to work. Right. And then,
Right.
you know, once you have it, you know, you just, you know, you end up, you know, being like you and just being excited about what you do. Like you see those people that you're around, you're like, man, that dude, he like really loves what he does. You know, he's like excited every day. You know, people look at it, he's a weirdo. He's doing, you know, but yes.
Yeah, it goes back to like when coaches criticize other coaches and they're like, oh, he's just a rah-rah guy. Well, like I always said, there's a big difference between being a rah-rah guy and just being excited for what you do. And when you love what you do, you're going to have a lot of energy, you know? And so all those, like I always say, well, I got news for you, Mr. Low Energy guy. You just got to reassess what you're doing, because if low energy is your style, I don't think you're in it, man. I don't think you're in what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, go find something different, brother. That's it. Well, Coach, man, I got a off script here. Just hearing you talk, I wrote down like 3 words that I just want to throw out at you. And if you don't mind, when you hear these words, just saying what comes to mind or heart for you when you hear them.
Okay.
All right. So the first word, I was gonna say this is the fun part, but it's all been fun for me. How about that? But, uh, but the first word is belief.
Yeah. So I'll just hit on it again. There's going to be times in life where there's people are not going to think much of you. Like you're just going to be doubted, period. And there's going to be people that want your spot, and there's going to be people that just talk behind your back a lot. And if you get lost in all of that, you're never going to know who you're supposed to be. And it takes a strong person to believe in themselves when things are not going their way. And I was never, I'm not perfect. I'm not this guy that's like the superhero, but I've gone through experiences that have taught me that lesson over and over again. If you believe in yourself, regardless of who believes in you, you're going to have followers. And eventually it's going to just catch on because you did it. You did the hardest part. You believed when everyone stopped.
Yeah.
And therefore you get the reward.
And you'll like this one. Reps make you better.
That's right. It
That's
does.
period. Like it's simple. Like get the reps.
Get the reps. Not going to be perfect at first, but like when you keep going and you keep getting those reps, like you said, you're going to inspire someone.
That's it. That's it. Good stuff. Well, the next word is gratitude.
You can't be successful without being thankful. I just believe that wholeheartedly. I told the team today, there's 4 quarters of thanks in my year. There's every 3 months of the year. That's a quarter. And there's 4 of those in a year. If you let 3 months pass and you don't thank your mentors, your former coaches, your former teachers, your parents, your uncles, whoever was in your life that got you to the point that you're at today, you never would have got there without them. I don't care what you say. No one's self-made. Everyone has someone that had to talk to or had to guide them through something. But every 3 months out of the year, if you're not calling them or texting them or writing them a handwritten letter or sending them a book or whatever, you're missing the whole point. Because, like, here's why you go 4 quarters. Because 1 quarter a year isn't enough. If you're going to call those people only when you need something from them, you're going to lose touch with them forever. They won't think you're genuine anymore.
Yeah.
Like I told the guys today, I had my first head job was the only opportunity I had for a head job at first was my former mentor I worked for as an intern for only 3 months, 8 years before that. And it wasn't because I did this like outstanding job that always just stuck out to him. It was because I kept in touch with him and thanked him for the opportunity I had consistently. So who was first on his mind when he had to give a job down? Me.
Man.
Because I thanked him over and over again. At my second head job, I don't think it was a coincidence the more I think about it, because I kept in touch with that coach I worked with at Mississippi State 6 years before that, just saying, well, I wish you the best this year, or thanks for everything you taught me. And then when an opportunity came, he called me. So, like, being thankful is the only way I think you can be successful.
Love it. And I got some responses there. It's more than one word, Coach. So I warn you on that. But it does deserve a boom, but it's more than one word. The first one is opportunities. And I wholeheartedly believe that opportunities bring opportunities. And these are, you in that one statement that you just gave, you just hit on 2 of the core principles that I wholeheartedly believe in. And just like you talked about the opportunities, every job that I've gotten, it hadn't been because of my experience, because I'm some, super dude, guru, it hadn't been that. It's been just like you explained. People thought highly enough of me to give me an opportunity because they've seen me do some other things and give gratitude and be grateful and work hard and treat people right and just be grateful for the experience when other people were not. And it's that simple. When you do those things, people want those types of people on their teams. Period.
That's right.
Yeah. And then the next one is, and I share this quote a lot of times when I speak, like, gratitude is the attitude that determines our altitude.
Oh man, that's beautiful,
Coach. So I'm gonna hit you one more time with it. One more time, and you can hit me with a boom. No,
that's a boom. That's a boom. You get a boom from me.
Gratitude is the attitude that determines our altitude.
Yeah,
And
that's perfect.
from hearing you talk, Coach, man, and the things that I've grown through in my life, it's the same thing. If you can just be grateful, man, things could be better, but they could be way worse. You know,
No,
and just
exactly.
just be grateful for what you got.
Exactly. And that I don't know who said this quote, but it is one of my favorites. Stop thinking about what you didn't get after praying, and think of all the countless blessings you have in your life without asking. And that, and then also I told them again today, I said, what if you woke up today and the only thing you had left was what you thanked God for yesterday? Like that's I mean, that's two of my favorite quotes. And I always bring them back to the surface with the players, because since social media has happened, probably one of the most thankless generations ever. And you got to keep bringing back the perspective of just being thankful, and walking by the cafeteria ladies and thanking them, and walking by your administrators and like the equipment guys that have your laundry loop ready, thank them. Because guess what happens when your food's not ready or your laundry loop's not ready? You're pointing blame. And if you don't ever thank them before that, you're just a bad guy, man. Like, they're not going to respond to you.
Yeah, you haven't established a great relationship.
Yep.
It's all about relationships. Well, the last word I'm gonna hit you with, and I'm gonna pause a little bit on this one because it's pretty good here. The last word is legacy.
Yeah. I'm gonna pause too.
Come on.
I think legacy is your sentence. And I think right now the most famous people in the world get about 2 or 3 days on social media of people talking about them, and they're gone. They're gone. So your legacy, why are you worried so much about what people are going to think of you and say about you when you want to go for something big, or what you want to put out there positively, or what people might think of that statement that you made? Like, people are going to say things regardless. And
period.
It's your job to know your intentions. It's your job to know why you're doing something and what your mission is that you're on. So the only thing I'm working on every day is my sentence. What are people going to say about me in one sentence when it's all over? What are my kids going to say? What is my wife going to say? And I say this all the time. If you want to coast and just be average and do all that stuff, that's fine. But just expect those words to be in your sentence one day. And if you want hard work and discipline and accountability and toughness and resilience and a great person and a great friend, if those are things that you're constantly intentional about, you have a great chance of those words being in your sentence. So I'm probably a lot of different things to a lot of different people, just like you and everyone else. But what can't be denied from the close people in your life is that sentence being strong.
Love it. Believe in yourself. 4 quarters of gratitude. Your sentence. Love it. Love it. Love it. Well, Coach, again, I just want to say thanks so much for the opportunity to hang out with you, learn from you. Truly appreciate your time and truly grateful for all that you do.
Hey, gratitude is the attitude that causes the altitude. So I'm just thankful to hear from you too, man. Boom.
All right. Well, Coach, again, thank you. And hope you have a good rest of your day and keep doing what you're doing. Take care.
You too. Thank you.
All right.
Go get it.